Namaskar and welcome to DD India. I'm Mark Lynn. You are watching Express News. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in the Constitution Day celebrations at the Supreme Court of India in New Delhi on Tuesday. Prime Minister Modi released the annual report of the Indian judiciary on the occasion. The Prime Minister also addressed the gathering and called the Constitution a guiding light for our nation. Earlier in the day, Prime Minister Modi, along with other leaders, attended the Constitution Day celebrations at the Central Hall of the Samvidhan Sadan, or the Old Parliament Building. President Draupadi Murmu addressed a joint sitting of both Houses of Parliament commemorating the 75th year of the adoption of the Constitution. In his speech, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar said that this is an occasion to reflect on our Constitution's core values. Marking the celebrations, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla noted that our Constitution is the result of years of sacrifice, ingenuity, strength and ability of the people. As part of the Constitution Day celebrations, President Murmu released a commemorative coin and stamp. Two books named Making of the Constitution of India, A Glimpse, and Making of the Constitution of India, Its Glorious Journey, were also unveiled by the President. Additionally, a booklet dedicated to the art of the Indian Constitution was released. President Draupadi Murmu also led the ceremonial reading of the preamble of the Constitution in the Central Hall of Parliament. On the 16th anniversary of the 26/11 Mumbai terror attack, India's President Draupadi Murmu paid homage to the brave hearts who lost their lives and expressed solidarity with their families. Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, along with the Deputy Chief Ministers, paid floral tributes to the brave hearts at the Martyrs Memorial in Mumbai. Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde tendered his resignation to the Governor of the state. Shinde will continue to hold the charge of the Chief Minister until alternative arrangements are made. India's Ministry of External Affairs on Tuesday expressed deep concern over the arrest and denial of bail to Chinmoy Krishna Das, who was arrested by the Dhaka police on Monday. The third edition of the India-Tanzania Joint Defence Cooperation meeting took place in Goa on Tuesday. The meeting focused on enhancing training partnerships, maritime and defence industry collaboration between the two countries. The Department of Science and Technology has taken a landmark step in empowering India's leadership in quantum technologies with the announcement of 8 innovative startups selected for support under its newly established guidelines. India's Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, making the announcement, said that this marks a pivotal moment for India's quantum ecosystem. The 13th plenary meeting of the Regional Committee of UN Global Geospatial Information Management Asia and Pacific, hosted by Survey of India, is being held at the Bharat Mandapam from November 26 to 29 in New Delhi. The 17th edition of the Convention on Pharmaceutical Ingredients and PMEC Indian Expo began on Tuesday at the India Expo Centre, Greater Noida, showcasing the pharmaceutical industry's modernization, innovation and sustainability. A mid-year review of India's economy 2024-25 was organized by the India International Centre in New Delhi on Tuesday. The experts said that the financial year 2025 is likely to see 6.5 to 7% growth rate. 5G and 5G Advanced are expected to be the key focus areas for communication service providers for the decade, according to the latest Ericsson Mobility Report. At close, the Sensex was down 105.79 points or 0.13% at 80,004 points. The Nifty was also down 27.40 points or 0.11% at 24,194.50. The Indian rupee ended 5 paise lower at 84.33 per dollar on Tuesday versus Monday's close of 84.28. Oil prices edged higher in early trade on Tuesday after falling in the previous session as investors took stock of a potential ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. Brent crude futures rose 15 cents to $73.16 a barrel, while the U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures were at $69.09 a barrel or 0.22%. Wall Street's main indexes ended higher on Monday after Scott Bessenet's nomination as the U.S. Treasury Secretary helped to push the bond yields lower. Trump's choice, announced late on Friday, is making investment strategists said that Bessenet could in fact take measures to restrain further overnight spending of the government and borrowing. The humanoid robot market, it looks set to explode in the coming years, with companies vying to be the first to get a viable android into our daily lives. At the recent international conference on humanoid robots in Nancy, which is in France, over 30 companies as well as research institutions showcased their latest robots. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is in Rome, where he met the South Korean Foreign Minister Cho Tae-yul at the G7 Foreign Ministers meeting in Fuji. He also met his Ukrainian counterpart Andrei Sybiha. Both the leaders exchanged views on advancing bilateral cooperation. The Indian minister also met the French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot. Earlier, Jaishankar enjoyed cultural performances in Rome, along with the Secretary for Foreign Affairs of the Philippines and Indonesia. The third session of the G7 Heads of Delegation of the meeting on foreign affairs is being held in Fuji on Tuesday, and it was devoted to Ukraine. A judge dismissed the federal criminal case accusing the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump of conspiring to overturn the results of the 2020 election that he lost to the President Joe Biden. Prosecutors also dropped their appeal of a judge's dismissal of the criminal case accusing Trump of illegally holding on to classified documents following the end of his first presidency. Toughening his stand against illegal immigration and drug trafficking, Trump said he would impose 25% tariff on all imports from Mexico and Canada. The US President Joe Biden and the French President Macron, they were expected to announce a ceasefire between Hezbollah and Israel. The White House national spokesperson had said that they're close, but nothing is done until everything is done. Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, has said on Monday that talks towards a ceasefire with Hezbollah are moving forward. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is expected to convene a high-level security cabinet meeting in Tel Aviv on Tuesday evening to approve the US's plan, a 60-day ceasefire with Hezbollah group in Lebanon. The funeral for missing Israeli rabbi murdered in the United Arab Emirates was held in the southeast of Tel Aviv. The body of the 28-year-old rabbi, Zvi Kogan, was discovered on Sunday. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said it was an anti-Semitic terrorist attack and believed that Kogan was targeted because he was a Jew. Russia, in an overnight airstrike on Tuesday, damaged the power grid in western Ukraine, cutting off electricity and water and disrupting heat supplies. Moscow on Tuesday said that its troops had captured another village in Ukraine's eastern Kharkiv region. The Greek Prime Minister, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, emphasized the European Union's need to strengthen its defense capabilities in a meeting with the NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. 4 parliamentary troops were killed in protest in Pakistan's capital Islamabad. Authorities used tear gas to disperse supporters of the jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan. In Bangladesh, law enforcers charged batons and fired sound grenades on devotees and followers of the Hindu monk Chinmoy Krishna Das, who had gathered for the release of their leader. Sri Lanka's Export Development Board organized the Voyage Sri Lanka 2024 conference in Colombo on the potential of the blue economy in the Indian Ocean region. The 3rd Global Media Congress kicked off on Tuesday at the Abu Dhabi National Exhibition Centre, bringing together international media leaders, experts and innovators for a 3-day exploration of industry trends as well as opportunities. We're going to take a short break. Stay with us.
जिंदगी की हर छोटी बड़ी जरूरत के लिए आप जो सपने सजाते हैं, बस उसी उम्मीद को तो हम सहारा लगाते हैं। SIP आपकी सेविंग्स को आपकी खातिर काम पर लगाएगी। आज ही अपनी पहली SIP की शुरुआत करें। अधिक जानकारी के लिए अपने वित्तीय सलाहकार से परामर्श करें। LIC म्यूचुअल फंड द्वारा निवेशक शिक्षा की एक पहल।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार के जोखिम के अधीन है। योजना से संबंधित सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
Welcome back to Express News. All schools in Delhi and the National Capital Region have conducted classes in hybrid mode from Tuesday after the Commission of the Air Quality Management had announced relaxations in the National Capital Region. The measures include easing Clause 11 of the GRAP Stage 3 and Clauses 5 and 8 of the GRAP Stage 4, especially for schools and colleges. Heavy downpours, flash floods and severe waterlogging have caused severe damages across many European countries after Storm Bert battered the country over the weekend. The rail services in central England were also severely disrupted. The weather officials have warned of strong winds in northern Scotland till Monday. A new atmospheric river is forecast to bring heavy rain and significant snowfall to California starting Monday. Potential flash floods and major winter storm impacts are also expected in central and southern regions. Indonesian rescuers were searching for missing people days after torrential rain hit North Sumatra province, causing flash floods and landslides which killed 15 people. Poor weather and low light forced rescuers and military to halt operations in Indonesia on Tuesday. The 5th UN Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee meeting has commenced in Busan. This meeting aims to secure an international treaty to curb plastic pollution. The resolution requested the executive director of the UN Environment Programme to develop the instrument, which is to be based on the comprehensive approach that addresses the full life cycle of plastic. The picturesque city of Srinagar has come alive as it hosts the World Craft Council's 60th Jubilee Celebration Extension Programme, which aims to spotlight Kashmir's rich craftsmanship and cultural heritage on a global platform. The event has brought together 15 international delegates who are WCC members from diverse regions including Kuwait, Australia, France, the UK, Ireland, Central Asia and beyond. J&K's Udhampur resident has launched a woman-only gym. It's near the Pine Villa and it addresses a significant gap in the local fitness landscape. This women-only gym has been established under the Government of India's Prime Minister Employment Guarantee Programme. It has quickly become a comfortable and safe place for women to work out. Jammu and Kashmir's Doda is experiencing an increased influx of tourists. Following heavy snowfall, tourists are enjoying the pristine beauty as the iconic destination is covered in a fresh blanket of smoke in Bhaderwa. Often called the paradise on earth, Kashmir, particularly Gulmarg, enhances its beauty during winter, drawing thousands of tourists. Christmas season is beginning to come into full swing, with Berlin's City Hall Christmas market throwing open its doors to mulled wine-loving crowds. In Berlin, apart from festive decorations, market-goers can find an ice rink and stalls selling traditional Christmas market food such as roasted almonds or bratwurst. Part goat, part devil creatures roamed through the streets of Goričan in Slovenia, sending shivers down the spine of young children. This is for the traditional Krampus parade. Organizers said the Central European Folklore Festival of ugly creatures dragging balls of fire and whips of goat hairs attracts more and more people and participants from neighboring countries as well: Austria, Croatia and Italy, even Germany. Readers in Mosul, they marked the opening of the city's first mobile library, which is an initiative led by Abdul Sattar Abdul Jabbar, a university professor originally from Mosul, now living in the Netherlands. This mobile library opened earlier in November thanks to the donations from the Arab-German Young Academy of Sciences and Humanities and others who helped in raising funds and also offering books for the project. The fourth edition of the Olive in the Heart Festival kicked off in Fez, celebrating the olive tree's cultural, symbolic and spiritual importance, deeply rooted in Moroccan heritage. The festival combined the art of gold and artistic expressions and highlights the symbolic and spiritual importance of the olive tree. In a groundbreaking initiative, a group of elephants in Thailand are undergoing specialized training to become mountain rescue workers. Moana 2, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, is going to release on November 27. A new documentary, Beetle 64, featuring never-before-seen footage of the band arriving in the United States for the first time, premiered on Sunday in New York. Produced by Martin Scorsese and Paul McCartney, the documentary will stream on Disney Plus starting November 29. The 52nd International Emmy Awards took place on Monday in New York to celebrate global television. Stand-up comedian and actor Veer Das shone as the host at the International Emmy Awards 2024. He's the first Indian to have hosted this prestigious event. Drops of God won the Best Drama Series at the 52nd International Emmy Awards. The Bollywood actor Boman Irani's directorial debut, Mehta Boys, has received an outpouring of praise at its highly anticipated Asia premiere at the 55th International Film Festival of India on Tuesday. American Warrior, a film directed by Gustavo Martin, was screened at the 55th IFFI in Goa, and this movie is expected to release in April of 2025. The Bollywood actor R. Madhavan's gripping social drama, Hisab Barabar, premiered on Tuesday at IFFI. The Indian actor Allu Arjun's highly anticipated movie, Pushpa 2, to release on December 5, 2024. Sports news now, and the second game between Grandmaster D. Gukesh and the defending champion Ding Liren at the World Chess Championship ended in a draw after 23 moves. India's Vaishali Ramesh Babu is set to compete in the Norway Chess Women's Tournament in 2025. India have regained the top spot in the 2025 World Test Championship standing after a resounding win over Australia in the Perth Test. India's victory against Australia has further solidified their chances of making it to their third successive final at Lord's next year. Australia have decided to retain the same squad for the second test starting on December 06, but there are some concerns over the all-rounder Mitchell Marsh's fitness. The New Zealand and England cricket boards, they have decided to name their test trophy after the former batsmen Martin Grove and Graham Thorpe. England's batter Jacob Bethel will make his test debut against New Zealand in Christchurch on Thursday. South Africa and Sri Lanka continue their quest for a place in the World Test Championship final when they clash in the first match in Durban on Wednesday. India's top shuttlers PV Sindhu, Lakshay Sen and others will compete at the Saeed Modi International Badminton Tournament. A confident India will start as firm favourites when they take on Thailand in their opening match of the Junior Asia Cup Men's Hockey Tournament on Wednesday. Formula One has reached an agreement with German Motors to support the GM Cadillac becoming the sport's 11th team in 2026. Manchester City will hope to end their losing streak when they clash against Feyenoord in their Champions Trophy in the Champions League match on Tuesday. Barcelona will host the French side Brest in the UEFA Champions League on Tuesday. Barcelona had a second successive La Liga game without a win. The French side Brest make their debut in the European competition. They are in good position to go through to the next round after 3 wins. Taiwan's baseball team received an extravagant reception in Taipei after their victory at the International Championship in Japan. Thank you for watching the Express News. Stay tuned to DD India for all news and updates. Namaskar.